control. Alright. So this is... Oh. Oh. This is busted. This is all kinds of busted. But this is pushing out new computer screens. Oh, we have a drill. A drill destroys blocks? Is that what we have? How do I shift? Eviscerator. What a name. Alright, Eviscerator in slot 7. So I gotta do some eviscerating. That seems clear. And my output... Can I go out here? No. Can I go out here? This is also blocked. Alright. What am I... Where am I... Am I just... Oh... I only need to send them the good stuff. Everything else gets eviscerated. Okay. Okay. I understand. So, where's my, my audio log? I'm looking for a friend to click on. I'm not seeing any friends. All I'm seeing is how to eviscerate. Oh, maybe there's stuff up here? There does not appear to be stuff up here. Maybe this window is... Nope. 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 Alright. Well then, let's get started on puzzles. So... I mean, just at first, it seems like we're gonna want to get something conveyed over to here. So let's play around a bit with eviscerators and see whether or not they work the way I want them to. Well, let's just see what it does, right? Oh, it just eviscerates anything coming into that area. I see. So wherever it's pointed, it'll just auto-eviscerate whatever's there. What if I sit this on a rotator? Does that do anything? Oh, it'll move like anything else. Fascinating. Okay. Okay. That's something. So if I put a platform here and an eviscerator here, well, let's do it here, right? 2. Wait, how do I... Isn't there a way to just rotate this? I don't remember my keys anymore. Alright. Keyboard shortcuts. Q and E, that's what I wanted. So this is just gonna plow through all of this ground stuff here, right? So it's just gonna poke a hole through all of this, and then is it gonna get caught on here before it tries to move down? That seems like a thing that'll happen. Oh no, it's going all the way past because the conveyor belt is conveying it past. But if I put it here, it would get caught. Yeah, okay, great. So that works the way I expected it to. So we need to eviscerate all of this bottom row, and then eviscerate just the cracked monitors, and leave just the good monitors. I mean, the obvious way to do this is just set up a whole row of eviscerators, and eviscerate everything. So, like, if I do this... what's gonna happen? Okay. So that doesn't quite work, because then there's nothing supporting the rest of the blocks. So even just this alone is going to eviscerate everything. Yep. Okay. So I need something catching it in order to keep it moving. And I can eviscerate it later. Oh man, eviscerating the block beneath this one is going to be tough. I mean, I guess I could do something like... this? And then that should eviscerate these bottom 4 and leave... I guess it would have to be here. These bottom 4 here, leaving this one up. But it's not catching on the conveyor belt, it's just getting stuck. Oh, but then it's... yeah, okay, sure. It's getting pushed, that's fine. That still leaves us with a fair amount to be eviscerated. Let's see. Once it gets pushed forward to here, we can work on eviscerating the next row of things, I guess? So, like, if I go from here, so that'll eviscerate all 3 of these, leaving this stuck here. But then it'll get pushed by the next one coming through. So that's okay. Like, I think this actually just works. But it's a little wasteful, because we're not catching the rest of these good monitors. So let's do this in a way that's less wasteful, shall we? I mean, I could just eviscerate everything that comes through again. But, you know, wasteful. So this leaves just this column. I don't know how to eviscerate things on the bottom without eviscerating the thing on the top. Maybe a pusher? So, like... can I do... let's see... so that should eviscerate the bottom 2 things. If I then put a pusher on top of it, will that work? Pusher. I mean, that's not going to work unless I have it set up correctly. So now it'll push this way, once it senses something in the appropriate spot. So we need to put a sensor. Which one's a sensor? 4 is a sensor. So, conduit. Sensor. Is that right? They're both sensors. Oh, this is the what I'm looking for. This is the sensing from below. Yes, okay. And once it senses, it'll push. Let's see if this works. Oh, it totally works! That's exciting. Alright, it still relies on this one getting pushed out of the way by the previous block, so this can be more efficient. Let's try it again with max input rate and see whether or not that works. Totally works. Oh, kind of. Stuff is still backing up over here. Because it's taking a cycle to... okay. Interesting. Because the pusher is taking an extra cycle to push it out of the way, and while it's pushing, the one behind it is stuck. Okay. I see what it's doing. Neat. Alright, well, I got it. Good enough for me. So tell me about the eviscerator. Eviscerators are capable of quickly destroying most types of blocks. Although they are commonly used in mining and refurbishing operations, they were originally designed and used as... deleted. Of course. I don't know why I was expecting anything more informative. Alright, shuttle maintenance. let's do shuttle maintenance. So, how specifically are we maintaining this shuttle? We are expected to output... This is output or this is input? And it's going to go all the way down here and leave with... Alright, comparison time. We need to... Is it just destroy this third block? Is that it? I want to be able to run. Oh, we have to destroy the boosters and attach new boosters. Where are we getting boosters from? Aha! I found it. We're getting them from here. Okay. So first things first. We are destroying the old boosters. Oh, the last one's unattached. Interesting. So that just leaves an extra thing that's going to pile up over here. That's fine. That doesn't matter. It's maybe not perfectly efficient, but I'm not too worried about destroying extra things. Alright, and this is going to give us boosters, which we need to attach such that we have 3 in a row. Yeah? Okay. And they come out facing the right direction, so they just need to be attached. Interesting. So if I do something like... Let's see. They need to be attached to each other in blocks of 3, and then attached to the main shuttle body. So I want to do... that's interesting. So... Like, there's kind of 2 approaches I could take here. I could split them off into 3 conveyor belts, and then attach them all together when they arrive at the same point. Or I could rotate them. Stop. Attach them, and then re-rotate them. And I'm not sure which of those is the best way to do it. All right, let's try pushing game. So this is going to be our attachment platform, which means we want welders welding. Welders. How do I welders? This is what I want. And I need things to be pushed out. This is too low. Wow, what am I even doing? Welders, please. All right, let's get this set up so that I have things in the right places. So I want... How low can I get this? Because it needs to attach here. So we're going to be attaching at this level. And here. I could bring blocks bound from the ceiling. I could bring this up from the side, I guess. Presumably... I want to weld like this. That's not correct. Down welder. once stuff gets pushed into position. That's the right height, yeah? Yeah, that's the right height. Getting it into this position might be a little awkward, so maybe I'll... Actually, okay, I can put this back. And move this forward a couple of slots. And then have these things fall into position here and then just get conveyed into the right place. So this should work. Assuming I have that set up correctly. Assuming the positioning for this works. Because it's going to weld... Okay, so I need to actually have this be block, block. Whoop. Block, block. This can be a conveyor belt. So that it'll sit here and then weld the moment... No. I need it to weld on this spot, which is a little more awkward. Because I can't weld when the first thing comes up. So maybe I just need to push it into position when this is in an appropriate place? That's a little awkward too. Because I can't just have this sitting here ready to weld when this passes. Because then it'll be welded to the front, which is wrong. So maybe I needed to... I think I do need to do it with a sensor. Is there a way to do it passively? Timing, maybe. But I think the easiest way to do it is going to be with a sensor. Alright. So... this is also going to be one of these. And we will put a pusher... here. To push it into position once... here. So once it senses something here, it'll push. So now I can do... which means I can delete these blocks, presumably. That works, right? Yeah, okay, good. I do like being able to delete extra blocks. Alright, so this looks like it'll work for the purposes of pushing an already created 3 block into place. So now we gotta create the 3 blocks. Which, okay, is actually not that hard. Like, I think I was going about this in a way that's a little not optimal. Because I can do... this. I guess with one more, so it'll actually get pushed into place. And then I need top welders. And then a pusher to push it out. Once it arrives, which means I need to be able to sense its location. Is that right? There we go. Alright, let's see if this does what I want it to. Totally does. Okay, cool. However, given that it's in this row, this needs to be moved over one more again. which is doable. Alright, select this whole mess. I guess from here. And move it forward one more. And also move these welders one more. And then duplicate this setup on the other side. And then have these blocks just fall into place on either side. Alright. So, we need Trips welder. 1, 2, 3. We need sensor there and a pusher here. Let's get these blocks into place. So sensor here. Pusher here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pusher. Rotate. Something for the thing to land on. This is not necessary. Alright, is that the same setup? Do I have this wrong? I think that's an extra unnecessary block, really. In fact, all of these are unnecessary. It's got a thing to land on, that's fine. The problem with this is, it's not going to get anything over to this side, and I need to get him from one side to the next. Huh. This is a really compact design that doesn't leave me much room to work with any of this stuff. This is too much welders. I don't need this welder. Oh, that was supposed to be a block to connect things. But if that's a block there, this is unnecessary. This is unnecessary. No, that's necessary. As is this. Alright, let's just see if this is stable. Because I'm not positive. Cool. Ah! I'm dumb! I'm dumb! Okay. So this is the right height. Did the pusher not work? Wait a minute. That should have worked. Why did the pusher not work? Oh, these are the welders. This is the that was the. I deleted the wrong welder. So that needs to be a welder. These don't need to be welders. This doesn't need to be a welder? Something is wrong here. It's falling into place here, but that's not close enough to get welded on. That's the problem. This is pushed out too far. Aha! Aha! Okay. I figured it out. So this whole arrangement here needs to be closer to the conveyor belt. So presumably, with this, that should get at least one side done correctly. Let's make sure... Oh, stop. It is no longer anchored. We need to re-anchor. Alright, now you're anchored. Presumably, this will get at least one booster set up correctly. It didn't sense. Excuse me? It did sense. It didn't push? Why would it not push? Excuse me? I do not understand what just happened here. I'll try that again. View. Whoa. I didn't know that button was there. Okay, cool. Oh, of course it didn't sense. I'm dumb. Okay, we got it. Figured it out. Alright, try that again. Engineering at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Try that again. Trial and error. Mostly error. Alright, now it should push. Oh, but... that is a bad place for a sensor, you see. Also, that didn't work because it welded it too far back. So this needs to be... sensing here. With a down sensor. So let's also arrange this appropriately. Because as long as we are fixing our errors, we might as well fix all of our errors. And then we should have half of a correct shuttle. No. This again did not work because the sensor is incorrectly positioned. Really, we just need the one sensor, it turns out. And then we just need conduit. Alright, one more shot. Fixing bugs and trying again. Fixing bugs one at a time. Alright, so this is correct. This is exactly what we needed. Now we just need to make sure that these get put in the right place. Alright, what if I do something a little silly? And rely on excessive production to do the thing. Go! Let's see if this works. Ah, nope. Not quite quick enough. Not quite quick enough. Alright, so we cannot rely on excessive production to do the thing. Which is a shame. Maybe... Actually, hold. Maybe... Wait. No, this can't go any lower because then it interferes with the thing. So I need something to push the newly created one past this, or drop it into place. Let's see, how do I want to do this? If I raise this up, that gives me another layer, potentially, of conveyor belts to work with. So maybe I'll do that. and then have things drop into place this way. I wonder if I can use a pusher as a barrier. I don't think that'll work with enough production, though. Because cycles. Alright, so let's see if this will work. I'm going to try raising all of this up by 1. Let me get this whole mess here, though. Up by 1. You guys up by 1 also. So now I will have things coming out here, getting welded, and getting pushed out to here. So they're gonna land on these things. This isn't gonna work. Whoa! That didn't work in a way that I was not expecting it to not work. Okay. Let's make sure everything is anchored, shall we? Wow, that was a mess. Okay, okay. Alright. You get a block. You get a block. You're connected to the wall over here, so you get a block. Does this work? Okay, now nothing is falling. Yeah, this isn't gonna work because now things don't have a... Like, that's getting things into position over here on the side. That's fine. Kind of. But this stuff, like, it's not able to fall into place over here. Maybe that's... So if that pushes... Logistics! Logistics. I can still have a thing here. And that'll just make it fall into place here. Once it's fallen into place there, what? Really, I want to get the first one on the far side. Means that's extraneous, because the stuff is connected. And then, like, I kind of just want to push it into place when the third one is in the... What's the cycle on this? So this is when I would need to have it fall here, instead of getting dragged out. Like, I just need that to... Oh, man. So it's actually when this is in place is when I need to do it. Interesting. Okay. This is like just a little bit too close to this. So there's so little space to work with over here. I guess I could move everything over one more, and then I'd have one more block to work with that I could use for a conveyor belt. Alright, let's try that. This whole mess, just from here all the way to here. Move over one. That didn't work. Why didn't that work? Oh, because it didn't move over this stuff. Same here. And then we need another belt here. Excuse you. Excuse you. Thank you. So that gives us a little bit more space to work with. Not really, though. Because stuff is still needs to fall into position the way this is set up with the pushers. Stupid. Okay. Okay. Really, I want to have these out one more and have it fall into place. Geez, this is messy. This is getting messy. I think I want to have this block out one more. Same with this block. And then what does that give me? That doesn't work because I still need the pushers in the right place. Arg. Okay. Also, this doesn't reach now. Fine. Unnecessary. Also unnecessary. Alright. So then what is the solution? It needs to... I need another sensor pusher array in order to get things split up. But, like, how am I getting this over here without... Is this high enough that I have enough buffer to do another layer of drops? Like, if I then... No, it's not high enough. I need this to be one higher. Which I can do, actually. There's room for that. And then I can have this go out like that to here, presumably. Except I think I have to do it this way. Is this gonna work? And then have... what? What allows me to do this setup the way I want it to? Like, I can push something off this way. And then have a pusher here. Tied to a sensor. What does this need to... Uh-oh. Stop. things are not anchored again. Alright, let's just anchor everything. Stop. I missed the pause! I missed the pause! Brutal. Okay, that's good. This is when I want to push. I want to push tied to this thing being at this height. So I want a sensor here. And this presumably will work? This feels over-engineered. This feels really complex for what I am trying to accomplish. But alright, let's see if it does it. Go do the thing! Okay, that worked. Whoa, hello. This one didn't catch. Why didn't this one catch? When did this push? Oh, this is tied to the same array. No. No, 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 no. Bad, 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 bad. Okay, so we need to put it over here. So that it's not tied to the same array. Oh, okay. Man, I'm so glad those line up. Man, that would have been really awkward. Oh, they're still touching! Unacceptable! Where else can I put this? I guess I can have this sensor array, this sensor conduit dip, so that it doesn't... Okay, alright, that's the next step then. So we'll put this back over here. Delete, 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 delete. And then this just needs to dip under, so that it's not touching this sensor. Alright, this should presumably work. This feels a little weak, but we'll see. Alright, that's in place. That's in place. Yes! Oh no. It was too close together. So this one didn't get pushed into place until too late. So I'm a cycle off. I'm literally one cycle behind. Ah, that hurts. That hurts. Alright, how can we fix this? Push earlier. If we push earlier, then this sensor needs to be here. And we need to push from here, but then I'm right next to the other sensor, which is a problem. So we can't do that. Let's see. Let's watch it one more time, actually. So let's see what happens. That falls into place. Gets pushed. Perfect. Okay. So this needs to be in place earlier. Maybe this setup is problematic, like this is too far over? And then I can put a little bit of delay on this, so that this kind of does the same thing. And this can be one step closer. And then this thing can be pushed over one more to the right. So from here to there. Is that gonna mess everything up? That's gonna mess everything up. Really, I need to grab this sensor array, this stuff, is this gonna work? Maybe this will work. It didn't work because this is blocking it. Alright, well I know how to fix that. That's an easy fix. This just needs to be higher up. Is this gonna work now? This feels like it might work. No. This sensor now needs to be higher. Also, this is bad. But putting the sensor higher fixes that. And that means that I don't have to do this weird kinky thing here over here, so this can just be normal. So I'm pushing one cycle earlier. Whoa. That didn't work. Why didn't that work? Does this actually need to be lower then? Why didn't that work? Let me see. Okay, I see. This needs to be over here. That worked. Yeah, this is too slow. So I need to be pushing earlier. Maybe I can be pushing from this side. And then pushing like so if I push from here, I can then push a step in the cycle earlier. So here. And all of this conduiting can get removed, along with this pusher. And now I just need to wire it all the way around here. This isn't gonna work. This conveyor belt needs to move if that's gonna work. But I can do that. And then this doesn't need to be here at all. Hello? Where did that fall onto? Oh, I need a belt here. Alright, this might work. Oh, beautiful! Just absolutely gorgeous. What? Hello? Oh, dude, one made it through without anything? Wait a minute. I gotta try this again. What happened? Because I got 2 in a row that were correct. Oh, yeah, this is way too slow. Oh, dang. Okay, I just cannot do this at max output speed. Oh, wow, how long have you been here?
Well, that was a pain in the ass. Let's run it again and see what happens. Oh, what the hell? One of the inputs must be jammed. This is bloody ridiculous. I don't see anything. Oh, maybe it's a bit farther
Oh my
back.
god.
Oh, wait. Was I even pushing the right button? Ah! Oh, no.
Oh. Well, one of the inputs is definitely jammed now. Alright, what does this say? You can use a pusher to make it wait. That's what that's implying. Alright, so since this is definitely not fast enough to keep up with this at max cycle, maybe I do want to introduce a waiting system like this one? I mean, this is a feature that I already knew about. But the question is... Wait, what? Is this saying that you can set a pusher to be pushing by default? And then have it unpush at a specific sensor moment? Is that a thing that you can do with a pusher? Hang on. Pusher. How would I toggle that? Oh, blocker! It's a new block! There was a new block this whole time! No! Wow. Okay, well that changes literally everything. Literally everything has changed now. Okay. So, this is in fact over-engineered for what I'm trying to do, because I have more tools available that I wasn't aware of. Well, that's great. That's great. That's fantastic. Jesus Christ. What a mess. Alright. Given the existence of the blocker, how do I make this work? What do I want to block? Where do I want to block? So I have the sensor pushing it into place when this thing moves. So I could block... I could block... here. Oh, I can't put a blocker there. That's funny. Okay. Which means I probably want to move this whole array back again. Whew. Man, this is a mess. Like, I kind of just want to rip this all up and restart. Except I've put so much work into it already. Okay. How would I block? Presumably, I would be blocking until something is in place on both of these. Which is blocking until something is in place on this one, specifically. So I can do a down sensor, but I can't do an up sensor? Is that right? Like, there's no way to rotate this so that I get an up sensor. Alright. Up sensor would be really useful. Would be real useful. Alright. So I guess I want to have a sensor... What? Where? I would want a sensor... here. I would want a sensor sensing that something was in place and ready to be pushed. To block this thing from triggering this sensor. So I want a blocker not 5. Blocker. Here. And I want that tied to a sensor... where? Here? Here? God, that makes this pusher so awkward. Alright. Maybe this conduit can go over instead of under? Oh, it can go around this way. Like, I can do this. And that way, I can have a sensor here. Tied to... oh. Here. And that'll work? Sure! Oh no. What was the problem? This was incorrectly created? No, it just didn't get picked up. Because something pushed it out of the way before it got picked up? That's super weird. Hang on. Oh, the blocker pushed it! You stupid piece of blocker! Okay. Alright, so the blocker also needs a sensor here so that it doesn't push out? While there's something that can get pushed by it. Oh no. No, 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 no. That's not gonna work. What is undo? Is there an undo button? Z. So that means I need to go up and over for this one. Which means this can just connect here. So now if it senses something that could be pushed by the blocker, it won't block. On the other hand, that's awful. Because now it's getting in the way of the booster! Oh no! Oh no! No, no, no. Like, can the blocker also be a sensor? That's what I want. I want the blocker to sense whether or not it can push something. And then just not push the thing. Because if I put the sensor here, that's not going to work. Because that'll still unsense when something is in a position to be pushed. If I put the sensor here, it might... First off, that's impossible because of this thing. But second off, that means it might not block in time for the next thing to show up. Because these things are going to be super close to each other. Maybe I put the blocker behind rather than in front? Like, just super slow down everything and put the blocker here? Oh, sensor on the other side! Yes, that's actually perfect! Why didn't I think of that? Wow, good job, Mr. Gecko. And that prevents things... Honestly, that's perfect, just because it prevents things from getting pushed anyway. Like, it won't be able to push. Honestly, like, I don't even need to put a sensor there. I just need to put a block there. Like, this should do it. Because now it can't push. Oh, but they're right next to each other. Okay. Oh, I see. It fused the next one in, so it made a super huge one. That's a problem also. That's definitely a problem. I don't know that I can do this at max input rate. Let me lower the input rate. Oh, that's gonna mess up the cycle here, though, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. Wow. Awesome. Yeah, I don't even need a blocker to do this at +1. It's only at max that I even need a blocker. Huh. Well, what's the point of the blocker to begin with? Just a bunch of extraneous blocks. Hang on, hang on. Alright, so let's clear out the extra stuff that we didn't actually need now. Like, this blocker. And this sensor. And these two blocks. Because, hey, less block score. That's important, right? Yeah, piece of cake. Look at this. Not even a problem at all. Okay, so the real problem is if I want to get less cycles, or if I want to up my input rate. I mean, I kind of want to go back and see if I can get it on max input rate, but that's such a problem. Oh my gosh. Because once you block the shuttle at all, you're just going to get them all right next to each other. So you actually need to block all the way down and preserve that one space gap the whole way through if you're going to block at all. Alright, let me try that actually. Do I even want to try that? You know, I don't think I do. I think I just don't wanna. Alright. I'm gonna call that done. God, I didn't even realize there was a new block in there. Oh, jeez. So, blockers. Let's talk about blockers. Blockers are functionally similar to pushers, but are normally extended and retract when a signal is received. They are useful for delaying blocks on conveyors, but can also be used as logically inverted pushers. The arms of blockers are coated with a special material that absorbs deleted and makes them invisible to sensors. Weird. Hey, Burdorf, thank you for the follow. Oh, what a mess that was. Wait, okay. Blocks, arms, are invisible to sensors. Which means you can totally have some kind of arrangement where you are sensing a block in the blocker's position, and the arm won't trigger it. Whereas with a pusher... Oh no, they also do the same thing. Okay, good. But you can sense, like, something in the location of the blocker, or in the location of the pusher, and that'll do what you want it to. Interesting. Alright, so... next puzzle, I guess. Let's keep this going. Actually, I've been going for about an hour. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Alright, significantly less than 4 minutes, but unfortunately my break messages are one size fits all. So... moving on to the next puzzle. And I apologize if I'm a bit, stuffed up. I'm fighting off a cold, so I might be taking breaks a little bit more frequently just to go blow my nose or whatever. Anyway. More puzzles. Oversight Terminal Model 6. Drone maintenance and furnished studio apartment. Fascinating. I love these charts. Alright, in order. Let's oversight Terminal Model 6, shall we? Alright, so we need to make fully working terminals out of all of the various constituent pieces. Can we get outside here? Still can't get outside! Ugh. Where's our buddy? There's got to be a log here somewhere. Confused by clicking on things. Wow. Is there no audio log in this place either? Oh, I can't get under there. Lame. Still don't know how to read this. Alright, so what have we got? We've got 3, 2, and 6 out of this input array. What a mess. Holy crap. Okay. Alright, so I actually think I want to use blockers to make this 2x3. Because, like, if I make... Well, let's go out here first. And then if I, is this gonna work? Is this gonna be enough room? Because if I do welders like this... I guess I could do it in vertical blocks of 2 instead of horizontal blocks of 3. How do I feel about that? No, I think I like this better. Alright, so we need a pusher, which is going to be attached to a sensor. And then we need 3 welders. So just for this initial setup... Right, great, perfect. The next step, then, is I want to have it fall onto a blocker. So, presumably, here. And that's just going to be blocking. And that lets me put a welder array here. And then the moment something lands here... Sensor... I can unblock. And this'll work? Let's see if this works. Yep, this'll work. Oh, but then it's pushing. Because stuff is falling out of the way. That's fine. It can push. So I'll have this. This'll catch it. Perfect. Perfect. Great. Alright, wonderful. Okay, next step. We need 3x3 of this one, which I need to get this on top of. So this is going to be another triple welding array like this. So we'll have platform, platform, platform. We will have block, sensor. We will have conduit, pusher. And we will have block, down welder. Like that. Which means this block is unnecessary. Is this block unnecessary? One of these blocks is necessary. I'll say this block. What? So that's making groups of 3 of these. Not only that block, but also this block? Sure. Okay, cool. And then I could even do something like... Whoa. Hey, mouse wheel! Who knew? Something like this. Okay. Does this do what I want it to? I think it does. Pretty much. Okay. So this can go 2 more before turning. And that will drop it correctly into place? That doesn't sound right. Hang on. That doesn't look right. Maybe it is right. It was not right? Okay, that's gonna be right. Which means I want welders here. Except this is just falling on the ground, which isn't gonna work. I need a belt there. And welders. Hello, what did I just say? Welders. Pay attention to me, please. Here. And I guess... I need a blocker here? Because this is going to fall right to here. So I need a blocker here. Presumably sensing... Look at it go! That's not what I wanted at all. Presumably sensing... Let's make it go for now. Presumably sensing once that gets pushed into position. So sensing on this spot. Which is easy enough to do. Alright, and then I just need this. Which is 2 by 1. So this welding array, but easier. Because I only need this much. I mean, I guess I could just do it here. I need a donk pusher. I need conduit sensor. And I need down welders. So this should work. Perfect. that just needs to fall into place here. No. Here. And get welded into place. Oh, how do I get it welded into place? Maybe I need to make this thing go up some more, and then have the blocker be underneath it instead of Let's see. Maybe that'll work. Just pull everything up a couple of blocks. 'Cause, like, I could do this, right? Oh, that was wrong. That needs to be here. And this needs to be here. Dude, messed everything up. What even is this? What even is this? Oh, that's what that is. Ha, I figured it out. This presumably can be lifted by one? Let's see if this works. Alright, this did not work, first off. That's irrelevant. Okay, that works. This is still a thing that works. This almost works here, but everything needs to be lifted up a little bit more so that I can have this fall into place, get welded, and then drop the whole assembly. Or maybe just push the assembly. Maybe just push the assembly. So instead of using a blocker, which, I mean, is, you know, high technology, I can just do this and have it push out to something that conveys here. It would have to convey here. Because I'd need to weld both of these spots, right? Like, is this a problem? Does this just work? No, in fact it doesn't, for reasons. Reasons being the presence of this conveyor belt. But let's just move this whole conveyor belt up like 6 or 1,000,000. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Does this just work then? This is a little too slow. What if I up the input rate? That'll fix things, I'm sure. This is a little too slow because it's being pushed in a weird direction because of the blocker. So, let's fix that by putting the blocker in a different place. So the blocker, now blocks from here instead of from there. which requires a little bit more piping, but will push it into a more convenient location for the purposes of conveyance to its desired other location. Yes? What? Stop! Stop, stop, stop. Oh my god, I'm trapped! I'm not that trapped. Actually, everything is fine. I apologize for... Phew! Yep. Cool, that works. Cool. Alright, so first off, these aren't necessary. And I can do the same thing with that. Next, this is 100% unnecessary. As is this. As is this, really. It could just be a block. Next, input rate. Go do the thing. Let's see if this works. Oh, no. It's definitely not going to work at that rate. Okay. But it works at this rate. Yeah, things perfectly fall into place. Except it only works if this is conveying it to the correct location. Hello? Oh, this needs to convey more. Kind of curious. Do I want to do this? It, in theory, lowers my block score. Sure. There's not really a point to doing that, but I can do it. Alright, that's pretty good. 157 is nice. I don't care at all about footprint. Block score could be reduced, but... Alright. So the real trick then is figuring out a way to do this with max input rate. What is the problem right now at max input rate? This thing is outputting faster than everything else. Because this thing is inputting, like... It's still appropriate ratios, but because of the way this is falling, this is slowing down compared to the output stream here. And things are going to need to pause in order to convey all the way to the right place and get welded. So I think I just want to do it at +1. That's beautiful. That's absolutely gorgeous. I love it when everything just falls into place at exactly the right time. And it's like I have maybe a cycle of leeway on either side, but that's perfect. It's such a good feeling. So I could go straight to performance review, which is the good stuff. Or we could keep going on with the puzzles. There's a lot of puzzles here. Let's see what drone maintenance looks like. Why? Why? What is this supposed to be? Alright. Drone maintenance. So the gun is messed up, and I need to rebuild a better gun. Do I need to replace all of the pieces, or just the final piece? It looks like just the final piece is the messed up piece, in addition to this. Alright, I'm curious. I want to try something, and it might be stupid, but I want to try it anyway. Let's see if this does what I want it to. Okay, it might if this worked correctly. Sweet. Alright. I have some ideas as to how this is gonna work. Oh, all 3 of the pieces need to be replaced. Okay. Well, good thing I know that now. So these 3 pieces need to be stopped, and this piece needs to be stopped. Needs to be, replaced, broken, destroyed, really. But I can use this. This is totally a thing I can use. Okay. This is hilarious. So let's see what this does just by default. It does nothing because it doesn't reach far enough over. Almost. If I start this piece here... Yup! Oh no, oh no. Oh no. Okay. So if I'm gonna do this kind of disastrous... What a mess. If I am gonna do this, I need to set up blockers. That's fine. What is the max input rate? Oh, a lot. Hang on. Can I do this? And just have this work at max input rate? No. It'll destroy everything is what it'll do. Alright, what if I reposition this? Will this cycle correctly? No. Will this cycle correctly? I have a feeling there is a position that cycles correctly. Almost. Ah, jeez, almost. I was hoping it would actually skip the one block and just hit the, you know, this thing. This is pretty cool, though. I mean, this is now off cycle. So how do I want to do this, then? Given that I have the ability to do this, I can set up a sensor here and a blocker presumably here. Not a pusher, a blocker. that's wrong. Stop, 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 stop. Alright. Also, sense that you're not pushing anything, please. I don't know how to do that. Oh, man. There's no way to get a sensor in the middle here. So I guess I'll have to get a sensor all the way over here. And then just have the conduit go up and over. 1, 2, 3, is that high enough? These are 3 blocks high. So yeah, that's high enough. No! It doesn't go through. Why doesn't it go through? I guess it's not blocked long enough? Like, do I need to set up another sensor here? Oh, yeah, that's never gonna work because there's not enough space again. Hang on. What if... Sorry, I needed to pause. T. What if I also had a blocker here on the same net? Like, is this stupid? How stupid is this? Very, very stupid. Alright, this is unreasonable. This whole process is unreasonable. I'm still liking this. But I'm not positive how to get it set up so that it hits only the right pieces. Like, I think I want to do it with blockers. Maybe put a blocker here? Oh, I deleted the driller. If this is actually going in the right direction, then maybe I can do this. As long as it's actually connected to something and not gonna fall. Like, maybe there exists a correct cycle for this. If there does exist a correct cycle, it's probably here or here. It's right here. Oh, we did it! Ladies and gentlemen, we are in there. Holy crap. Woohoo! That's thrilling. Alright. This is probably not going to work at max input rate, actually, because this is going to be a hassle. Alright, so what does the final product need to look like? Is this block the same from all perspectives? Like, there's no rotation associated with this block. I think that's the case. So this can just drop into place and be fine. The real problem are these triple blocks. Those need to drop into place and get rotated appropriately, because they're coming out directly out. Oh man, what a hassle. So this is going to need to come out get welded and get shoved. Yes? Yeah, it just stops. Yeah. So now we need a pusher alongside a sensor. Which will then convey to here. Get rotated? Doesn't matter which way it gets rotated, I guess. Let's try this. Probably, but if I'm slowing down the input rate, I'm not getting the benefit of max input. I might as well do a lower input rate and have the ratios be automatically preserved. I'm gonna try this. Not quite. Alright, so this is working. I kind of just need it to not... Like, it needs to be... Or maybe I can run it further back, actually. So it just drops into place at an appropriate point. And hopefully it matches the input rate. Almost. Here. Oh, it falls perfectly! Okay, okay, okay. Great, 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 great. That needs to be the welder. Right? No. Welders need to be higher up. This needs to be the welder. Will this do it? Man, that'll be amazing if this works. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Wait, is stuff getting rotated wrong? Hang on. Hold on. Oh, it's not rotating while it's in place there. Okay, okay. So this needs to come out a little bit more. And then rotate in and fall into place appropriately. Probably here, if I had to guess. Yeah, I'm still really impressed that this worked, that this was like perfectly on cycle. I'm so happy with it. So now I just need to get everything else to fall into place. Alright, that appears to be a little early. So let's just move this whole mess over by, what, 2? Let's try 1 and see what happens. Oh, that's a lot early. Okay, let's move it over again by 2. Oh, the welder's in the wrong place. Ha 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 ha. That's alright. Easy problem to solve. Like, if these are the kinds of problems I'm going to be having, I'm well set up. Oh, beautiful. Oh, really? These are falling too fast. You know, I'm kind of okay with that, actually. Hang on. Did that mess up the cycle here? No, it didn't. Okay. So that means we just need to get this into place. Which, I mean, that just means it needs a long enough conveyor belt. Before it falls in. Can I use the same spot for it? That would be really funny if this worked. Oh, that's bad. Let's try that now. That almost worked, actually. Oops. Okay. Alright, I probably want to use a different spot for this. That's too soon. Did that not work? Hang on now. Alright, so where is this falling here? It's not quite landing in the right spot. Okay. So that's... God, I want this to wait literally 1 cycle. But if I push this out, that's 1, 2, 3 more cycles. No, it's 2 more cycles. Alright, is 2 cycles so bad? Where does that put this? I think it misses the first one completely. Actually, I want this to be faster by 1 cycle, don't I? Yeah, it needs to be faster by 1 cycle. So what if it's faster by 2 cycles? That messes everything up. Okay. So how do I make this faster by 1 cycle? I can slow it by 1 cycle. What if I do this? How does that mess it up? Because then it's waiting for 1 block. That's too slow. This is the same problem. It's too slow by 1 cycle. I want it sped up once. Actually, I just want it to fall into place and then get pushed. That's wrong. I want that. Does this work? Why doesn't this work? Why is that even there? I guess these two need to be touching? Oh. Because that's never going to sense anything there because there's nothing there to sense. I need a sensor here. Oh, that's still slow a cycle. I actually need to stop it. I need to stop it for a cycle. No! No! There's no way to get it to fall into place while it's moving because it's behind the block. Oh, that's so awkward. Okay. Wait, how bad is this? If I set up a sensor here and only push when this thing senses, will that work? It does need to wait. I actually need a blocker. I need a block for a cycle. When this senses, I need a block. Which means that's gonna mess up the rhythm here. Like, oh, I needed to pause there. So I need to block here. So I need to put a blocker here. That senses, yeah, okay, all right. Here, blocker. That needs to be on the same sensor array as this thing, so it'll push when there's a thing here. Hang on, when there's a thing here. Which means I don't actually need these. Well, I still need this one. I definitely don't need these, though. But I do need a welder. I need to block and then immediately unblock. I need to block for literally just a cycle. That's rough. Okay. Maybe I do it with a pusher then? I think I do it with a pusher. Does that work? Turns out it doesn't. Oh, it's not even connected! I'm a dumb! Okay, let's try that again with the right piece. Okay. That almost worked. But it then re-blocked when the thing stopped moving. What a disaster! What a mess. Alright. keep doing that? I keep hitting stop instead of pause. So I need, at this point, while the blocker is retracting, that means these need to go out a bit more. Which means I need to move this welder array. Let's see if this does the thing. I'm still not welding these into place. Of course this isn't going to work. Alright, so I need 2 down welders here. Or maybe I could do side welders, but let's see if this works. Oh no. Can I then push it back into place? Also, what are these doing here? Does that work? No! Things get stopped because of the blocker! You piece of crap! Ah! No! My cycle! Alright, let's see if the rest of this works, though. Alright, that worked. And it even got pushed back into position, so that's cool. But then everything went to hell because blocking even for a second messes things up. God, this thing is so perfect, though. I don't want to mess with it at all. But I don't know how to get this into place without blocking. That's so hard. I'm not even sure if it's doable. I might have to not use the perfect eviscerator setup. Well, what's back here? Nothing? Nothing! Alright. That's so frustrating. Like, this is such a cool setup, and it works so perfectly, and now I have to block in order to be able to weld the other thing into position, because... piece of crap! Alright, so I guess I have to change the eviscerator setup. That's gonna have to be in tune with some other kind of cycle. I'm probably gonna have to do some blocking here in order to make that work, at which point max input rate is pointless and probably going to cause issues. Man, is there a way to get this to work? Is there a way to get this to work that doesn't, like, horribly mess up the cycle? God, because blocking even for a second, there's just the one space between these. Blocking for a second puts them right next to each other. And then the next time you block, everything just gets delayed even worse. Like, I wanted to block once, and then just never block again. That's not true, though, because everything else needs to be held up exactly one cycle. I think I want it to block, and then, as long as there's something in the way, I don't want it to block again. But then they're right next to each other, which means it'll never block again. Is that okay? I mean, I did say I wanted it to do that. Maybe that's okay. That was not correct. Oh, it's a down sensor. I'm dumb. Ha. And then as long as there is something pushable, don't block. Which means I think I'll get the first one. And I'll just never get another one. Oh, also this is a problem. Okay. This conduit array, though. Big ol' U-turn in the conduit so that this stupid piece of cannon, whatever, can just fall through. This is almost working, because things are being delayed exactly once anyway. Huh. Oh, the pusher's seeing a thing. Like, I need the pusher to push, and then immediately unpush. How do I make the pusher immediately unpush? Because any sensor thing, maybe I do it backwards, so I make it a blocker? If I do it backwards and make it a blocker, then I have to change the logic for it. Yeah, it's pushing and then it's staying pushed, which is a problem. I think because I don't want it tied to the same... It shouldn't be, though. It should just be tied to this... I don't know. Let me see. Okay. Oh, it didn't push quick enough. Because this thing didn't stay paused long enough. Try that again. Ugh, no. Here, fast forward. T is pause. Pause. Okay, so that worked. And then it's not pausing automatically, but it is pausing over here. Because this is where this is falling into place. So maybe I push this over one and have it keep doing the same thing that it's doing, but just be over one more? What did I just do? Is this gonna work? I mean, not like this it's not. Is this gonna work? Let's try it. I moved one of the sensors, which might cause an issue. Does in fact cause an issue. Alright, so that means just this blocker array needs to get moved. You got all the achievements? Good job, man! So this stuff needs to get moved over one. And still be connected over here. Let's try this. Oh, beautiful. Oh, my precious. You are so good. Oh my god, look at it go. Just completely amazing. The best at everything. Oh, that's so satisfying. Wow. All right. All right. I think we had some built-in rate limiting going there. Stuff wasn't necessarily working out perfectly at speed. You saw, like, we had way more of these things than we needed. So that was interesting. Man, that's pretty good. Oh yeah, horribly inefficient in terms of materials. But materials are not the important part. Ah, cool. Cool. Alright, give me one sec, guys. I'll be right back. Having a cold sucks. I highly recommend never doing it. So what do we have next? Furnished studio apartment. Well then, let's see what's on offer. Yeah, all right, whatever. What is this? Oh no, somebody got wrecked. Hello, poor wrecked person.
Yes! It's working! This practically makes up for the whole alien abduction thing.
Oh.
What? What do you mean this isn't right? It's exactly the same! Look at it! It's identical! You stupid piece of crap!
Whoa.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
Oh?
This would make a terrible video game.
That's fantastic. It's just utterly fantastic. Oh my god, okay. So what have we got here? We have all of the pieces. Alright. So what do we need to do? Stuff needs to get moved over, and then welded into place, and then delivered. This needs to get pushed into that. Maybe I can just push them both together. So, like... Does this work? Oh, not even a little bit. Oh, because that's backwards. Ha! Ha! No. This needs to be lower, or this needs to be lower. Let's make this lower. Ooh, perfect. Slots right into place. Does it do that at max rate? Oh my god, there's so much input rate! Alright, alright. Wow. How greedy... Okay, let's find the rate at which this works, and then leave it at that rate, and solve it for that. There we go. So we found the delay. Oh no. We didn't find the delay. Jeez, this is a mess. Alright, let's solve it at 0. And then we'll see how well... Oh, I didn't even know you could go below 0. That's interesting. I guess if you really want to take your time about it, you can. But man, it sounds awful. So once this is pushed into place... Whoa. Once this is pushed into place, we can unblock? Is that how I want to do it? Alright. Stop. So this just needs to go all the way across. And this stuff is just going to... Alright. And this needs to be blocked at some point until everything is ready and in position. So, what point is that? I think I block it here, because that's where it's fully out. Here. Not a pusher. Blocker. Right? That's fully out at that point? If I block it one further over, then I'll get a space? I'll get a space. Okay. So it's fully out. I want this to just drop into position here. Because that's the appropriate position for this thing. This needs to occupy this 2x3 square over here. One further over. And then this thing needs to be welded to... Everything needs to be welded together. Okay. So we need to make sure that there's welders here. And there are welders here. To get the bed and the... What even is this? This is my apartment! I'm building my own goddamn apartment! This is awful! Wait, can I put in, like... extra luxury measures or something? This is my jail cell! I'm building more jail cells! I don't want to help them do this! I'm morally opposed to the thing I'm building. Weapons of war, whatever. I don't want them to build more jails for people like me to get stuck in. Alright, how does this look so far? That's not falling for reasons. Reasons being, aha. Does this work? Yes, it does. Cool, so that locks into place. This kind of works. but it needs to be welded. Welders. And then once that thing slots into place, I want to push it further over. Once it slots into place, I want to unblock it is what I want to do. Does this work? Does this work what I want to do? No. The sensor needs to be here. And this thing just needs to convey and have a blocker. It's 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So once it's fully out, I need a blocker here. This should do... I think it does need to be welded, but even if it doesn't, I might as well. Yeah. Alright, cool. Cool. Alright. So under what condition does this unweld? Does this unblock? Whoa, 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 whoa. Under what conditions does this blocker unblock? This falling into place. So specifically, the sensor here. As well as this spot. Because I want a sensor here so it doesn't push anything out of the way. In line here. So like here. Conduit. How, why, how, what? How, why is this lit? What is this? What is this? That's not a thing. I guess not there. I think it actually needs to be one more over so that it doesn't unblock by accident early on. I think that'll do it. What? Oh, this needs to be higher up. I understand. No, that's ugly. Much prettier. Okay, great. So that part works. Now we just need to get this part working. So the moment that locks in, this can unblock. Pause. So once this has cleared this conveyor belt, I can push it further over, which is 2 spots over. And it's 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means I can push the next space. Yes, my revenge. I will make them the worst license plates ever. Alright. So what I can do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the space it's going to occupy once it's past the conveyor belt. So I can push from here. Pusher. And that can be based on a sensor in line with this pusher, actually. So maybe I make these a little more out of the way of this. Undo this. So I'll put a pusher here, and then a sensor for the pusher here. Does this work? If there's no conduit between them, just right next to each other? Totally works. I don't even need to do this. This is a mess. I could just have conveyor belts here. The moment it gets there, it just conveys. That's fine. Oh, no, I do need a pusher. Ha, I lied. I lied. But then I can have a conveyor belt here. Pusher. Sensor. So does this work? It totally works. Then I just need it to weld into place. Oh, it arrives like just at the right time too. So this sensor needs to be a welder. Oh my god. How am I gonna deal with this? Oh dear. I can weld over here. No, I can't. I can weld here, but that messes everything up. Because it's not falling into place anywhere. It can't. There's no welders for it to go over and then fall into the welder gap. So I need to weld it from the side, but it doesn't travel with it until it's welded. Oh, this is so brutal. No weld. How? Is this is the right, inline with the thing, right? Yeah, okay. Interesting. Yeah, it's not going to move with it unless it's welded. So we have to arrange some sort of welding, except, like, there's no, like, side welding that'll work, because it'll have to go over welders here, and it can't, because it's already at the bottom row. Like, there's just no more over for it to go. No way to get it to go up. I guess I could weld it from the back once no, I can't weld it from the back because, again, this thing doesn't have an over to get to. I would need to weld it from the front and then have it be pushed over by the conveyor belt so that it can bypass the welders. Oh, geez, how do I do this? How do I do this? Okay, so I basically need to push everything over one more space. I can do this further down. Like, this doesn't need to be welded early. So I can even push this across and have it come in here. Wait, did that work? It's falling. Why is it falling? Oh, because it's not actually in the right place. That's a good reason. But, like, I can do this. And that'll land in exactly the right space, I think. Yeah, that lands in exactly the right space. Which means I need a welder set up here, and then I need to push it over. Okay. Welders here. Wait, that just works, doesn't it? No. That doesn't just work, because it can't get over the welders. I need to put him here, which is super awkward. Let's see if this works. Alright, that's getting welded into place. Brilliant. Cool. Alright. Now we up input rate until it stops working. Okay, play again. And then we see where it breaks down and decide if that's worth fixing. Great. That broke down. Alright. Let's get my max cycle rate in there. Whoa, that didn't work. Okay, so this works. One input rate above this doesn't work. Why not? The blocker isn't blocking in time. Because this needs to be over 1. But then this isn't landing in time because this is just timed. Oh, also because this fell. That's a pretty good reason. Derf. So let's see if this works. Nope, that's still working. Oh, that's totally still working. Okay. Fixing the sensor has improved our input rate. Try it again. See how much higher we can go. No. Okay, so that missed a cycle. Why did that miss a cycle? Ah, this got out of hand. So this ended up moving quicker than the TV array. Oh no, that totally screwed up. Because this was delayed long enough that there wasn't time to block the next one coming out. Okay. So I think the way to do this then is you need to rely on the blocker to actually push the array out of position. So that it guarantees that it'll block the next one. Which means that's more engineering than I'm willing to do for the next cycle improvement. All right, so we're calling it a day here. Good job, input rate 8. All right, performance review. Tell me just how much you value my work. Oh, God. Again with these dudes. A chicken? My reward is a chicken? I don't want a chicken. I can eat the chicken? I don't want to eat the chicken. I guess I'm... Oh, God! Did I just bite the head off a chicken? My old friend, space pellets. Alright, well... I gotta wash the taste of chicken out of my mouth. Why did they think I would want to eat a chicken? Like a whole chicken? Just like shove it straight into your mouth? Just like... Ugh, God. These guys are jerks. These guys are such jerks. I miss Floyd. Floyd knew what it meant to be human. Resource Site 33811. Oh, we get a new block type. Guided Javelin Type 2. Oh, let's see what you got, buddy. Salmonella, right? I'm sure that... We finally get a lifter block! Oh, sweet. Wait, how does this work? Alright. It just goes up, not forever, but to a specific height. Okay. And then I can push it into place once it gets up that high. Oh, and I need to lift because this is the top. Okay, cool. So... this gets lifted. Lifting seems really situational, actually. And then once it is the appropriate height... Oh, these need to get lifted too. These can even get welded as they get lifted, which is pretty cool. So I can just weld them into place here. And then push them from here. When they get sensed. I can use a top sensor for this! Fantastic! Does this work? No. This needs to be lifted like 2 spaces. What? No. Up again. That's a problem. Alright, well, let's anchor you, I guess. Okay. This gets lifted to here. I just need to push it immediately. on a conveyor belt, I guess? Cool. I guess I can have it wait on a block for a bit. Okay. So same thing here. I need an anchor for the conveyor belt I'm going to be floating in midair. And then have it convey on top of this thing. Alright, sure. So we are welding here. No, where's the welder? Welder. Once that's welded, I can have a pusher to push. And that needs to be tied to a sensor here. And that can push it onto a belt here. This is gonna fall so to here. Which means we need more lifters to get it up to the thing. So this is kind of fascinating. I think we want a sensor. It's going to have to be conduits, probably. Here. Ooh, first step's a doozy. What happened over here? This looks like somebody's failure log. Yup. Kid got crushed.
The bleeding's pretty bad.
Oh no.
This is the end of the line. God, if you're there, I just want to say one.
Oh, this guy got crushed. Rough.
What?
Well, anyway, if you're hearing this, I'm already gone. Not gone like this guy. I mean, I've escaped.
What?
I've left these messages to encourage you.
Really?
There's hope. There are others out there, and I'm going to find them. It all started one night when I saw a face in the monitor in my cell. It was there for just a fraction of a second before it disappeared into the noise.
Really?
But I saw it, even though the aliens were jamming the signal.
There is a way out.
You see that structure on the asteroid over there?
Which...
Looks kind of like an ancient temple. That's where I built my escape pod. I've got a radio transceiver stashed there too, and I've been
There's so
saving
many
food pellets.
asteroids. Which asteroid
Good
are you
luck.
talking about?
Maybe I'll see you after this is all over.
Which asteroid? Man, lady, you could be a little more clear about where you're building structures. Like, over there is remarkably vague. I just, in the future, if you want people to know what you're talking about, maybe give them slightly better direction than... Yeah, I know. I don't want to die. God damn it, lady. Ah, now I'm all unfocused. Look what you did. Gah. Can I get in here? Cool. Is there a point to getting in here? No. Alright. Cool. Alright, so back to this. Once we have sensed that a thing is here... How am I gonna do this, actually? Maybe instead of pushing it to here, I push it to... like, here? So get, like... belt... block? And by block, I mean conduit. And then sensor here. I don't know, just, you know, some lady, whichever Australian woman it was in the log. Look, I'm not a miracle worker here. I don't know everything. And then this should work. Assuming we are then welding things into place. So this should be a welder? That can't be a welder. Wait, can that be a welder? Let's see how this looks. No, okay. Oh, geez, this is so roundabout. Okay, let's try this a little... Let's try this a little differently. So, with this, I can set up welders here, which makes that a little bit easier. Okay, but it's not her failure log. She's just, like, this guy's dead, and she's just talking over his log. So she's, like... She's out there clearly doing things and has gone off to something or other. Like, this is the dead guy. This is his failure log. He failed and then died, and then she hijacked his log because that's not, you know, a faux pas or anything, and gave super vague instructions. Like, I'm not too happy about how she's gone about doing things, okay? Like, There's a certain etiquette you have to follow, you know? Alright, so this should get... Derf. Assuming this is actually connected to things, as appropriate. This should get things welded correctly. Alright, great. Now that they're welded, what? Sensor here. Pusher here. Sensor here. Sensor. Sensor. Come on, guys. So conduit. And that'll get us to here. So that's a start. And then how high up does this go? Okay, so pusher here. When... What? Sensor here? Yeah, sensor here. Sensor! Correct. Alright, which means... conveyor here. Which means we don't actually need this. Although, that's better than these. Because blocks. Block count is very important. So this should just work. Okay. Push her here. This should just work. And get anchored. Cool. Let's see how much input I can take. Wow. I can do it. I can do all the input. I'll take it. That was pretty good. Man, right on. Right? I feel like I have that moment pretty frequently. This should just work. Doesn't work. Alright, but that was perfect, though. That was exactly what I wanted. Oh, geez, look at all this stuff. Alright, block, lifter. Lifters are used to lift blocks a short distance upward. Like sensors, they make use of deleted particles, but bombard their targets with many orders of magnitude more to create substantial force. Wow. That's ridiculous. They're basically using, like, radar to lift things by just shoving energy at them. That's crazy! That's some high technology. Alright, right on. Back in a sec. Remember to turn off my mic this time, to spare you my more organic noises. Alright, I guess it's time to make a nice chair. Which is good. I haven't had any chairs, so having a nice chair would be better than, like, any kind of crappy chair or whatever. Oh. Look at this poor person. Just, like, sitting off in the corner, rocking themselves until death.
Did you ever watch Star Voyager? Probably not.
Oh my god, it's the Australian
It ran
woman
for
again.
half a season on Fox before being unjustly cancelled. I started an online petition about it, but then I got abducted by aliens.
You
Is that
deserve
ironic?
everything you get, lady.
Anyway, this place reminds me of that episode in the asteroid field. I wonder if the aliens even keep an eye on me. As long as I'm alive and making the weird knickknacks and things, they don't care. I could be down here having a party. Do they even know what a party is?
I mean, they know what fanfare is. Did she hijack somebody else's failure log again? Like, I have no idea who this person is. They've been completely anonymized by Australian woman hijacking their failure log. And now they're, like, gone in the mists of time. No one will ever remember this person. No one will know who this person is. That's sad. Alright, what am I doing? I'm making blocks? Oh, this is super awkward. Alright, I mean, I guess I just make a thing of blocks. So I need to make... How does this work? I make a 2x3 pallet, and then an L, and then 2. Huh. I'm wondering if this is easier to do by just making a, like a 6x3? So I have like this 2x3 pallet stacked twice, and then eviscerating the pieces I don't want. It might be. Can I make it in here again? I can. What is the value of being in here? There is none. Hooray! We did it. Man, this is like a mining device? It's just extruding bits of asteroid? Is that what's happening? What a setup. Okay. So what we're gonna do is... I think we're just gonna make the key, like the full cube, not cube, but rectangle. Rhombus? Three-dimensional rhombus? I don't even know what the word is for a three-dimensional thing that's not a cube. Huh. And then eviscerate the pieces we don't want. So, the way to do this then... We need welders. No, we need up welders. That's presumably an anchor point. And then the usual pusher, conduit, sensor. So this should make 1x3s. Yes. And in fact, this can even be closer. Okay. What if we did this? Perfect. Alright, so the next step is to make a stack of stack of 3 of these things. Let's push this over a little bit more so that I can weld as they fall. And then push her here as soon as the third stack is detected. Let's see if this works. Huh. Nope, that's not far enough over. Wait. So this will fall and land here, right? Okay. So I can have... this be welder. No. I can have this, and then move the sensor over to this side. This is such a mess. Can I just push this further out? What am I doing with all this? Like, why did I think it needed to be this compact? Alright. So now, this should do what I want? No, now it's going to be even further over. Yeah, okay. So now, these can be here. Not quite attached to the wall, so we're going to need a thing here. And... once again, sensor in an appropriate position, and this should work. Also, it needs to land on something. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. Oh, yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay. Then... huh. How do I get it to stack exactly 3 high? Maybe I can do it with a lifter. I could probably do it with a lifter. And then they'll get pushed into place, kind of the same way that this pushes things into place. Might be easier to do with a lifter, actually. Alright, let's try that. I don't actually know how high this needs to go. Where does it lift to? It lifts like 5, I think? Okay. So this needs to be even higher. And can even be further over. Which can allow me to anchor from here? Yep. But also at this point, why even do this? And then, once something arrives at this top level, I can push. So that can be done with a sensor and a pusher. Oops. Alright, trying this now. With each successive step, I find a thing that doesn't work the way I expect it to. Oh, but it's still being lifted! Oh no! Okay, so maybe I do it like this? Hang on. So with this setup, it's catching this corner and lifting. So I need to push either from this side or from this side. Which is totally doable, actually. I can... No, that's so inefficient. Maybe just move the lifter then. Because, like, the lifter can be anywhere here, right? I can put the lifter here. Right? And that'll still catch? 1, 2, 3, no. I can put the lifter here, though, and that'll catch. Which is a little low. No. Which is the same height. Okay, that's fine. But that'll allow me to push from this side. So, like, if it's 1, 2, 3... It's gonna be like this. So I want to put the pusher here. Can I put the sensor there? No. But I can 6 sensor. Alright, so this should work. Should. Lift. Lift. Get welded. Lift, get welded, get pushed. Cool. So I want to... convey over to here now. And just drill out the pieces I don't want. So... in what arrangement am I going to do this? Because drilling out the top is going to be easy. I can just run it past a stationary driller, and it'll drill out all the edges. But this bit, with the 2 missing here, is going to be a little harder. God, this is super wasteful. I'm wasting 6 out of every 18 cubes. Presumably it'll work, though. So, like... I could set up drills on this side. I kind of want to do the same cycle thing that I was doing before and hopefully get a drill that just cycles through and hits the right bit for that. Maybe I can. Alright, so let's max the input rate and see what kind of cycle would work for that. So I need, not there, like here. And I need to drill out 1, 2, 3. So all of this row. Ooh, I cannot put that there. That needs to be over 1 more so it doesn't catch it while it's falling. And then I can try and do... some kind of... Stop! Shenanigans here. With a drill. All of that needs to be one lower. And see what this looks like. Oh, that was a disaster. Okay. So this stuff definitely needs to be moved over. All of this really needs to be moved over. By like this many? This is ugly. Alright, I guess we're gonna be more inefficient, and this is just gonna go out this way. That almost worked. Alright, so that... okay. Huh. I could do something like that and have it be reversed. So, like, instead of messing around with cycles, I can push it into drills in the appropriate position. So, like, have it go this way, one? Before getting pushed out of the way. Stop being bad. So, like, that'll clear the whole top row. And then that'll push it straight into here. So I need to drill these two out. And that'll push it all the way into here. So I need to drill it out from this section. All of this needs to be one higher. See what happens here. Alright, so it does go in to here. And then I just need one more drill up here. So this should do it. Yep, that's the setup I want. Great. This is so inefficient, though. Oh my god. So inefficient. Oh, it's horrific. That's still like a decent cycle score compared to the average, but wow, could that be better? Maybe with rotates I could make it better. Like without... Whatever. Also, that is not a nice chair. That is a terrible chair. Nobody wants to sit in a chair made of extruded asteroid bits. Liar of a puzzle. So what have we got over here? Relay satellites. Oh, I've built one of these before. Okay, and I have one stamp, and I have bricks, and I have arm pieces. Okay, this is pretty straightforward, actually. I just need to make sure I rotate after I get stamped. So this wants to make a 3-stack, and then get shoved. How did I ever make 3 stacks before lifters? Like, I guess it's just have stuff drop into place and then get welded. And then... But... Like, I'm trying to remember how that worked with pushers. Oh my god. Maybe if I go back to one of my previous puzzles. Like, 'cause I just can't picture it in a way that works. Shuttle propulsion units. I think this is probably the kind of thing that I'm trying to do. No, this is not the kind of thing that I'm trying to do. I want to look at this. Copy. I don't need to copy it. What? Oh, this is just a stamper. Teaching you how to stamp things. What? What is even going on here? I don't understand. Oh, this is teaching you about pushers. No, 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 no. Wasn't munitions refill? Was it this? It was probably this. So how did I do this? Oh, I'm just relying on stuff to push it out of the way. Holy crap. What a system. Look at this guy. What a guy. Okay. I'm just relying on timing there. That's not ideal. Huh. Did I not do anything like that in other places? I think I'm also just relying on timing here, too. I'm only dropping in one thing. Oh, I'm having a pusher when the next thing falls. Okay, that can work. So this can do... this can do something... Oh, hello, dead dude. How you doing? probably just gonna be Australian lady again.
I've had a lot of time to just think, being alone so much. I wonder about my job back on Earth. I was an industrial designer. I tested and designed paper towel dispensers mainly. I was just 4 months away from taking the licensing exam so I could be a professional paper towel dispenser designer.
That's a mouthful.
I don't even know what will come after this. Will I ever go home? Will I ever see my parents again? Or do something like watch Star Voyager? I can't think about all that now.
Alright, so if I'm doing it by falling, I don't even know what to make of this Australian lady, though. Like... she raises some good points. You know, where are you gonna go from here? Escaping from the aliens is all well and fine. Building your own, whatever, base on an asteroid, great, but... how do you get home? How do you have the infrastructure to even find Earth, let alone get to Earth from here? Alright, so I'm looking at... welding here. And then pushing from here when something is falling here. So how does this look? Assuming I have things anchored correctly, how does this look? Oh, nope, this needs to be one higher because otherwise things fail. Alright, and that's stamping on this side, right? So it is getting stamped. Cool. So then the next step for this is a rotator. Which way does it need to be rotated? It needs to be rotated this way. Counterclockwise. Clockwise. It needs to be rotated clockwise. So like here. And then when a thing is sensed, then push it out of the way onto a conveyor belt that will then take it somewhere relevant for the purposes of doing a thing. It didn't rotate it! No! Alright, we'll do it the other way. Push it when a new thing comes into town. What? Can't do it that way. Gotta put it here. Oh, it's not gonna rotate because of the pusher! No! Oh, jeez. How do I rotate you? Is it even possible to rotate a single block thing? Does the pusher need to be on a conveyor belt? Can a pusher be on a conveyor belt? Alright, time to experiment. Totally. Okay. In that case, can I just have a sensor on it? This totally works! I can't believe this works! This is so stupid! This is the dumbest thing I've implemented in this game so far. There's no... Oh my god. Alright, cool. But it works. That's the important part. It works. Alright, so now we're doing the thing over here. We are welding. And then the moment something is here, we push it. So, pusher, sensor, travel. Hooray! Now what am I doing with this thing? Well, let's max the input rate, because that's important. Make sure this still works. Oh, it definitely does not work. Cool. Alright. Pushers, no! Pushers, so bad! How do I push her? Oh, this is not gonna work at all on max input rate. Okay. So maybe I have to do it with the lifter tech? I mean, I can. That's not too bad. And I want to lift it to 5. I want to lift it to, like, right above where it's coming in from, really. So I want to lift it to this height. Which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where I want the lifter. And then this can be welder. And then we have pusher, El Puchero. Alright, if that's where I'm going to have the thing, then this needs to be over there. I don't need these anchoring. I probably did still need that anchoring. Although I could just anchor from here. Which is, in fact, less blocks. And then, as per usual, we are putting a pusher here, a conduit here, and a sensor here. That'll push out to here. So... this should still work now. Oh, really? This is one higher. Okay, so the lifter needs to be one lower. Yes, that's perfect. Perfect. Oh my god. This is like perfectly in time, too, with this thing. Fantastic! That is super exciting. And this still works the way I want it to? Perfectly. Great. Just utterly great. Alright. So now, what? Take this conveyor belt all the way out to here. Well, not at that height. That kind of works. That's super dangerous. Let's lift one more up. So my expectation is, at that point, we can have pusher, conduit, sensor, supported by blocks somehow. And then that'll catch, right? No. Needs to be there. That's too close. I was right the first time. That'll catch. Okay, great. So, if I then push things into place and then weld them, let's push this back a little further. Not those things, these things. I can have an array of welders I can have no. I need to... Oh! I want to lift it into place! I want to lift it into place is what I want to do. Okay. And then I can weld from the side, instead of having the other things drop down. Oh, okay. I like this. I like this better. I can... Alright, so my idea is, I'll have a lifter, say, here, lifting this thing up, and then it will just lift straight into an array of welders, I don't know, here, for example. And I'll have these things just in place already, so this just gets lifted up, welds into place, and then immediately pushes off into a new conveyor belt. Undo. So then I'll have a pusher here, conduit, down sensor, so the moment it senses it, it'll push it, and that'll be enough, really. So that just means I need to get these things into place first. That's the tricky part. Okay. How am I gonna get these things into place? Actually shouldn't be that difficult. need a thing for them to rest on. Where am I going? Holy crap. Camera angles, please. And then I just want to drop them onto those things, right? Presumably this needs me to do this, actually. Actually, I don't know if that's the case. Maybe this will work. So if this works... Oh, there's no way this will work because it'll weld and then it'll catch on these things. That's problematic. So maybe I needed to go all the way around? Like that? And then it's just a matter of pushing them into place at the right time. So having a pusher here. Anchor this somehow. Presumably like this. Let's see how well this works. When does this need to trigger? Because I want it to trigger on every other one. So pause. Whoop. Forgot to pause. Here. Here. I want it to push when it senses something in this block. I don't even need to anchor there, because I have this. So sensor, and then conduit all the way across. Is this gonna work? This feels like it's close to it. But it's real easy to anticipate this not working at all. Whoa. Okay. I can see how that would be a problem. Yeah. Alright. So I need to do this the other way. I need to stick the welders on the other side and have it fall into place, basically. To do this. No, the pushing array needs to stay where it is. That's correct. I need to just move the welders. So that it welds on push. Which means I need to pull this back one spot. And this... No, not that. Those need to be in place. That's the correct place for those things. Oh, but then it's not gonna fall! No! I could do it with another lifter, though. So I can have a lifter here, and then I can just lift it over. This is getting more and more complex as time goes on. Like, what if I then put another lifter here? So that it gets pushed into place, welds, and then it'll get lifted again, and then I can push it over. Oh my god, this is so messy! What does this look like? Other than failure. This looks like failure. How do I make it not look like failure? that's one step. That's the other step. Oh, that is certainly not the other step. Holy crap. Alright, does this look less like failure? So far. Hello? Oh, this needs to not be there either. In fact, I'm pretty sure this needs to not be there either. I think it looks like failure again! Yeah! Okay, great. Maybe I can just move this whole array back one? Like, everything in it?